Hello, family. Welcome to Live Your Legacy. Today, I want to talk about the importance of mental health. And no, this was not, um, this was not sparked by Kanye West's outburst. I didn't even know anything about it until a friend of mine asked me actually if that was why I wanted to do a video about mental health. No, I don't even think Kanye West is really mentally ill like that. I believe that he is a puppet. They are using him to piss people off. They wanted him, his job was to get under people's skin, say the most ignorant shit you can possibly think of, and piss these people off. That's what I want you to do. And boom, he did it. But no, for some reason or another, in the black community, there is a stigma when it comes to mental health. As if it's some sort of a weakness to have a mental problem, and that's not even the case at all. But in the black community, mental health is really not even talked about. At least not very much. I know for me growing up, that topic never came up. Mental health never once came up in conversation, at least as far as I can remember. So that tells me that a lot of the stigma comes from lack of education. And I really feel like schools should talk more about, really should talk more about mental health, because it is a very important topic. And that is probably why it isn't talked about in school. Just like finances were never taught in school. There's just certain things that, you guys know me when I say they, who I'm talking about. They don't want us knowing about. And the reason for that is because your mind is so fucking powerful. The mind is, okay, so you as a person, your individual self is comprised of the mental, physical, etheric, or spiritual, whatever. That's the three aspects of your being, is the mental, physical, and etheric, or spiritual. The physical body is, this is arguable, I guess, but my belief is that the physical body is the weakest aspect of oneself. The mental and spiritual aspect is, they're almost neck and neck, but I would say that the spiritual aspect is greater than the mental, but I do believe the mental is a close second, because the mental body is incredibly powerful. I mean, that's what you used to create. That's I when you manifest, when you create, you know what, we're not even gonna get into that, because the last time I tried to explain that to you guys, it just it did not come out as planned. But your mental, your brain, your mind is ridiculously powerful. And they don't want you to know that, because if you knew that, then they wouldn't be able to control you the way that they do. If you knew just how powerful you were, their whole plan would fold. Well, it already is right now, but again, we're not going to get into that. That's another video for another time. But the mental, the brain is incredibly powerful. So mental health, it is vital that you control as much as you can when it comes to your mind. So you do everything humanly possible to keep that thing healthy, okay? Excuse the loud music if you can hear it in the background. I'm recording in the parking garage right now. But yeah, you got to keep that mind sharp. You got to keep it sharp, because that is one of the most important tools you will ever have. So do what you got to do to keep it working correctly. And those people who have mental illnesses, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you or them, and they should not ever be treated differently. Their brain just works a little bit differently than yours does, than the average Joe Schmo. I think my brain works a lot differently than most people, so, and I don't think I'm, well, yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit weird, but like, I don't have any mental illnesses, so to speak. And I think that this subject should be talked about a lot more, and it should really be stressed a lot more because of the significance of the mind. Look, I'm gonna give you guys the perfect example. I had been smoking cigarettes for 15 years or more. A 15-year long habit that I tried numerous times to break, and it never worked. However, it's been about a week and a day. It's been exactly a week and a day since I've smoked a cigarette. And the one thing that's different this time than the other times is my mind. The previous times that I tried to quit, my mind was not strong enough. The habit was much stronger than my mind at the time. All I had to do this time was make a conscious decision that I was not gonna smoke anymore, and I haven't. And the cravings are there, yeah, but I'm much more powerful than them. So it really doesn't take much for me to just not do it, just because my body thinks that it wants a cigarette. It really doesn't. See, it was never nicotine. It wasn't the nicotine that was the problem. And I'm gonna prove this, because tomorrow I'm not gonna wear a patch. And I want to see what the difference is, because I really don't believe that it was ever the nicotine that was the problem. That was the habit. It was me needing something in my hand, in my mouth, just something that I did, you know. It was never like, oh, I need nicotine. No, I just need to be doing something with my hands and my mouth. That's it. So this mind over matter thing it's a simple process, man. Like, I know the person that I am now and that person doesn't smoke cigarettes, and that's all I need. That's all I need to remind myself when I have a craving, is that I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. And I'm not going to kill the progress that I made for a cigarette. No, not doing it. We have quit, and that's it. And all it took was just me truly making my mind up. That's how powerful your mind is. A 15-year habit I broke in less than a week, because really it was just when I made up my mind that was when I quit, and that's when the habit broke. So simple, right? But see, I had it in my mind that, because I knew I didn't want to do it, and it wouldn't work if I didn't want to do it. And the only reason I didn't want to do it was because A, I thought it was going to be hard as hell, and B, I what was I going to say? B, I enjoyed the feeling of when I smoked a blunt or something, smoking a cigarette after. I just liked the feeling of it. And of course, I just liked doing something while I was driving or whatever. It was just what I did. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah, so I thought I liked the feeling too much to let it go, not knowing that the feeling I feel now that I have let it go is much greater than the feeling I felt when I smoked a cigarette. Like to know that you can do pretty much anything. Like if I can break a habit, that something that I've been doing that long, that quickly, just imagine the shit that I can do. Like I can do, like literally I feel like I can do anything. And that's the power of your mind, a healthy mind. Last year at this time, I didn't have a job. I didn't have a car. I, I, I didn't have much. I was working on myself, the inner work that I needed to do, the healing and whatnot. But from 2019, July 2019 to July 2020, I am self-employed. I have multiple cars. I'm aligned, I'm balanced, I'm healthy, I'm healed. All because I started to strengthen my mind. That's where it started. I retrained myself. 30 years of conditioning, of bullshit I had to forget pretty much and reteach myself everything. All the things that I thought I knew, all the things that I thought I believed, I literally had to reteach myself everything because it was wrong. The stuff that I was taught and the things that I was taught to believe were incorrect. At least 98% of it was. If I wanted my life to be different, I had to do everything different. Everything that I was doing was incorrect, and it was designed that way. And an unhealthy mind would have never noticed it. A sleep mind would have never noticed it. I didn't notice it for 30 years. I had no clue. I just thought I needed to work harder. And granted, yes, I was lazy and I did need to work harder. However, that wasn't the only problem. Mental health is so important. Get your mind right. Get your mind right so you can get everything else right. But it starts there. Seriously. My black folks, come on now. I get it, but it's time to start doing things differently. The old ways, it's not working. It didn't work before. It never worked. Yeah, people got by, but you want to know why? You want to know the difference between a successful individual, and when I say successful, what I mean by successful is somebody who's generating currency, somebody who's making money, has their own business, or whatever the case may be, is living a comfortable life. That's successful to me. And the difference between being that and not being that is perception, your mind, the things that you do, if you come from poverty, it's because you have a lack mentality. It is your mind that is keeping you where you're at, and it's designed to be this way. You have to completely forget everything you thought was true, because it was not. It's lies. And you have to completely reteach yourself the right way. Do the things that the successful people do. Don't do the things that the broke niggas are doing, because they're broke for a reason, okay? Those are not the people that you want to follow. If you come from poverty, generational, okay, so stop doing the same shit that you've been seeing done, because it does not work, obviously. It starts with the mind, guys. Alright, I'm gonna leave it here. I'll get with y'all later. Peace. Hello, family.